Welcome to Robot House. This is the prequel to Robot House, Episode 1.
No, it's called Room Tone, man.
Is it?
What?
What? We're all tired.
Did we have to film this tonight? I'm very busy making sure no more celebrities die before here.
Well, technically Donald Trump is a celebrity, so let's all cross our fingers. He eats a lot of Italian food from Trump Tower. I say Italian food, but really it's spaghetti.
And then there was a
tomato paste.
The CIA was here looking for him.
I didn't say I want to kill him. I said I hope he dies. There's a difference.
That is a difference, yes.
I am legally protected.
Yes, by the Constitution. Isn't that great?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so, in keeping with fascist regimes, we're talking about Rogue One. Yes!
Fantastic segue, yes.
Yes. Well, this is going to be mostly an overview of the movie. There will be spoilers, so I'm going to say it again. Spoiler warning, starting now. We're going to be talking about every aspect of the movie and whether Mark should even bother seeing it.
I have not seen it yet.
He out of respect for Carrie Fisher, did not go the day he was planning to go, because that was the day she passed.
It would have been impossible to get in that place.
Oh, easily.
Oh, yeah.
Because we found...
They had like 28 shows, and I believe they were all sold out.
It doesn't help that this is the week after Christmas when, like, everybody seems to be off from work. Except people that aren't off from work. But yeah.
Yeah. I specifically took a vacation this week, so I didn't have to deal with it.
I am going to take a vacation either late January or early February because I was supposed to get one before November, but they denied it.
Yeah.
So
that's when my vacation is, late January through early February.
Don't say.
Yes.
Holy.
If you guys had planned, we could have all gone to celebrations.
What the hell is...
I still gotta get my ticket for that. I keep forgetting to.
Yeah, we didn't get our tickets yet either. We were waiting till next month.
I might too, but...
Oh my god, Steve's here too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna introduce everybody.
But you got distracted by the room tone.
Yes. Pat is here, as you can tell. Mark is here, and Steve. Let's just get it out of the way. How did we all feel about the movie, first off?
Well,
Pat?
Like I was mentioning beforehand, it felt like it was slow moving at first.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like they were just building up, and then the inevitable happened at the end of the movie. So,
yeah.
It felt like they didn't try to. I mean, they weren't gonna be there long anyway. So I can see why they wouldn't develop characters, but still,
yeah,
it just felt like they were just there. It didn't really feel like you were involved in it yourself. You were just watching something happen.
Yeah.
That was my feel for it anyway.
Steve, how about you?
I mean, yeah, definitely the beginning, I kind of got a little bored at first. I mean, I felt like it did get a bit better, but I don't know, there were certain things about it that kind of bugged me, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was a terrible movie, but I don't think it was like one of the best either. I guess one of the things too is it's kind of, I mean, there was a little bit of lightsaber in there, but I feel like that's kind of one of the more exciting things, the lightsaber battles, which since none of them were Jedi, it kind of lacked.
Well, yeah, there was only one instance of a lightsaber, and that was obvious.
And that was
that was a bad time right there. I was like, well, these guys are gonna die.
Oh yeah, goodbye, guys.
There's like one thing that just kind of really bugs me that I guess I'll talk about later when we get more into the movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna have to echo you guys. The first, like I said, half hour of the movie, give or take, I don't care about any of the characters they introduce, except the robot. The robot was great.
Everyone likes K2SO.
KT, yeah.
Who doesn't like
And
K2SO?
Kaylin, I think, would have been a fun character to focus on. And they just decided we need a female lead for this. And the script didn't support that call at all.
So you say the issue with the script, is it?
Oh, there's a lot of issues with the movie in general, but the script definitely didn't do it any favors. The two Jedi acolytes, who weren't force sensitive but believed in it, they were cool guys.
I like those guys.
Yeah.
Well, it was Donnie Yen and who's the other guy?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to
I
look
haven't
it up.
seen him in anything before.
Donnie Yen was an Ip Man, so that's who I knew him from. But I don't know what
Yeah.
the other guy. I'll look it up.
But the last half of the movie, though, it got me. The lead was just so boring.
It felt like to me that they were trying to make it more suspenseful, but the unfortunate problem with that is that
Because as a viewer,
Yeah.
if you've seen
any
the
of the
first Star
movies,
Wars, you know these guys don't make it.
Yeah. they were trying to drag it out, but you already knew the inevitable was going to happen. It's pretty much like you're just watching history at that point.
Yeah. Many Bothams, except for maybe a few, died.
Well, no, Bothans, people keep bringing that up. Bothans died for the second Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The Rebel Alliance didn't have a formal spy network until, I guess, the events of this movie catalyzed that they needed something. And, as you can see how disorganized they were.
Private, what's
Jimmy
your name?
Smits couldn't even keep them together.
Private, what's your name? Hugh Mann, sir.
Well, I guess, Mark, you didn't see how disorganized they were in this
No,
movie.
I haven't seen anything.
Well, you know what? You're not missing anything. I'll be honest. You can see it and still enjoy it for what it is,
Mm-hmm.
which is a bunch of good action scenes. But it's not worth it for the story at all. The main villain isn't even really a villain. He gets bitched on by Tarkin and Vader. I kind of wish Palpatine would show up and choke him too.
Oh, I'm such an.
During that scene, actually, there was just like probably half the theater started clapping after Vader does his
Well,
lock.
yeah, because it's Vader. Everyone loves that guy.
Well, no, but then he did the pun on top of it all. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, yes, this is top form Vader.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I think the breath of your ambition.
Don't choke on your aspirations. That's what's the
Yeah,
line.
that's it.
That was the line.
That was great. We got to see a little Vader in his, I guess, chill out tube. Hayden Christensen cameo, everybody.
Yeah.
No, not really. No one cares if that was real or not.
I guess that was Wen Zhang. I've never seen him in anything before.
I don't think there was actually anyone in the tube. I think that was all CGI.
More than likely. I do have to say the CGI was actually fairly good in this
Very
movie.
good,
I mean,
especially-
you really couldn't tell. I mean, the only reason why
once you start looking for it.
Yeah, the only reason why you wouldn't know it's CGI only because you know those characters aren't there or look like that. And that's it. But
like Tarkin was really well done.
Man, I'm telling you, technology has come a long way since the first one.
Yeah, that whole movie, I didn't really consider that it was possible that it was CG, so I just kept thinking, I was like, did they just, I didn't know if they just really did a good job. Yeah, I didn't know if it was just like certain things like getting spliced or if they just did a really good job matching his face with somebody. I don't know.
We had a bunch of old soap commercials Peter did.
Yeah.
So we took those and we cleaned them up.
Well, I figured when they showed Leia too that was just something spliced in from one of the earlier movies.
What's weird is they didn't take Carrie Fisher and use the Iron Man. I keep saying Iron Man. The Civil War like magic face thing they did to Robert Downey Jr.
That was really good.
But yeah, the Leia stood out to me as bad CGI. Like there was something about her face that was a little too. It was too round, you know?
No, that was when she was very young, though.
No, like it was more like it was just off enough that you could tell with her. But with Tarkin, because he's always in those dark Imperial bays, and
Tarkin already looked like he was CGI in the beginning. It's just this time he wasn't lit very well. Like in the original ones, he was like in a fairly bright room.
Well, they played up that Tarkin is a guy that you're supposed to be afraid of.
Right.
Which
no one should be.
I think people say Lucas killing Boba Fett was a mistake. No, Lucas killing Tarkin was a mistake. Because when you look into the background of this character, he, first off, him and Vader are like the Emperor's number 2 men.
Yes.
Like, the Death Star was Tarkin's personal battleship.
Mm-hmm.
That's how important he was. And none of that comes through in A New Hope. You just think this guy is a little bit above Vader and can tell him to stop choking dudes. But I don't know. I think Rebels uses him pretty well too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw there was like a novel for him, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I read that. It doesn't fit the canon of this movie at all, which kind of bugged me because they make it very clear he's going to be in control of the Death Star when it's completed.
Mm-hmm.
But in this weird dude comes out of nowhere. I built it.
Director,
It's
whatever.
my battleship. I have a cape.
He was really rocking that cape the whole time, man.
Emperor, I have a
Seriously.
cape just like Vader.
From the very beginning of the movie, that guy had that cape on. He never
I
took it
know,
off.
Even in the weird flashback.
Yeah, the
when they were
flashback thing at the
encouraging-
beginning.
He's wearing a cape.
It's like the one thing he kept. I'm like, wow.
I'm sorry, Arso family. I have to take you into custody. You like my new cape, though?
Look how it blows in the wind. Oh my god.
It was just such a pathetic nothing of a villain.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty obvious.
Oh,
that
I
he
shot
was-
your wife.
It just seemed pretty obvious that he wanted to be important in the Empire, and he wasn't.
Hmm
So,
And if he had been effective in any way at all, I would have been fine with that. But he wasn't.
because he was trying to use blackmail. That usually doesn't work.
Well, he didn't do that right
No,
at
he
all
didn't.
because
That's
he
what
shot the
I'm
dude's
saying.
wife.
It's like, you don't have any leverage over him at all now.
No.
Good God, what an idiot.
Just absurd. Alright, so let's talk about this first 20 minutes. We meet Jyn Arso, still a stupid name. She opens the movie as a little girl who is saved by Forrest Whitaker's head. But we don't see what happens to her after that. But flash forward, and she's
Yeah,
in a
no,
prison
they
cell for
really
some
did
reason.
push that quick, didn't they? I mean, I knew
Yeah.
that we were going to, like, go to the next stage, but man, it was like, it
Yeah.
wasn't even like 15 years later or nothing like
she
that.
doesn't even talk
No,
until we're almost halfway through the movie.
no, she doesn't
Or
say
halfway through the
anything for a
introductory
long
segment.
time.
She doesn't until I think KT clotheslines her.
Yeah, when she tries to leave the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she
But,
doesn't say anything when they got you want to get out. She didn't say anything to that
Yeah.
guy.
She just nods and says, "Yeah, I'm down with that." But yeah, so way to connect with her there. We see her wake up in a prison, then we immediately cut to Kalen,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a scummy dude.
Oh, naturally.
Shoots his informant.
Mm-hmm. It's like, relax, and then,
I won't get anywhere with this arm.
yeah.
I'm like, well, if you wouldn't have waked out like an idiot, none of this would have happened.
I do find how it was really great that they didn't really show him shooting him, but they just show him holstering his weapon afterward.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Disney.
I guess they set him up to be a much worse character than he ends up being.
Yeah.
And that kind of disappointed me.
Well,
Because he's supposed to be the part of the rebellion that's like, we have to do the dirty stuff.
exactly. Basically, it seems like he was struggling with a lot of that throughout his.
I
whole
mean,
time
frankly,
there.
in his position, I would have killed that dude too.
Yeah.
Because if he got caught, I'm going to get sold up the river.
Mm-hmm. He didn't seem like a guy who would be able.
He was a terrible informant.
Yeah.
But yeah, we meet him, then we immediately go to breaking Jyn out, and then we go to the famous half the trailer scene of her talking to Mon Mothma and Jimmy Smits. I like how the music swells, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's Bail Organa. I completely forgot.
I don't see how you could.
Because he's in 5 seconds of the friggin' original, or the prequel trilogy,
Yeah.
instead of being like a major character that might have mattered. George. Anyway, we get all that, and then we'll go help you find this terrorist dude.
Oh, they need him, so they want to use her to get to him.
Yeah.
That's basically what.
Because again, they realize we're gonna have to start a war.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like, this movie seems to be contradicting with a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rebels in particular. This is about how the Rebel Alliance came together. But I guess it can be hand-waved. I'm just a little iffy on it.
I know I watched some video where they were just talking about Easter eggs, and apparently there's a lot of Rebels references throughout the movie.
Yeah. I'll have to go through one of those. I'm sure there's a bunch on YouTube now. But yeah, we get a little hint that the alliance isn't really gelled yet.
Well, no, it has just
Though
formed
that-
recently,
When
so
we get to the end of the movie, yeah, that's where it becomes very clear.
they are kind of forced into that too.
But which is dumb. You don't form a rebel alliance unless you expect an actual war.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their plan is so stupid. Oh, we're going to get your dad, and we're going to have him testify in front of the corrupt Senate.
Yeah, because
that'll work.
that doesn't have. They must have forgot what happened to this in the Senate years ago, where they
this is at
ratified
point.
the formation of the empire.
Literally, as they're talking about this, Palpatine is dissolving the Senate.
Yes.
So, it doesn't matter. Because about 20 minutes into A New Hope, Tarkin's chilling on the Death Star, and he's told that the Senate is gone.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's no optimism that plan was ever going to happen.
Mm-mm.
And, I don't know. So, technically, he's supposed to go kill this guy. Her father,
That was his orders.
Mr. Scientist. I don't remember his name. It's so unimportant. Gale or something?
Gal Ergo? Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Just, it's sad that I can't remember these important characters' names because it doesn't matter.
I found it funny how they cast that dude from Casino Royale as him. I kept expecting his eyes to
He's Blofeld, isn't he?
Say what?
Casino Royale?
Yeah, he was the bad guy in Casino Royale.
You mean Lashif?
Yes.
Oh.
What's his name from Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Mads Mikkelsen?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian Boitano?
No.
It's not important. None of this matters. None of it matters.
Come on, guys, stay on topic here.
Okay, so we get to the second part of the movie, the second act, I guess you could say. So there's no really tonal shift to
You know what?
that. And we go to Iraq,
Yeah.
everyone.
You know,
Space Iraq.
you know what we really didn't talk about?
Hmm.
The freaking terrorist guy's name. What was his name again? Margot?
Let's say Forrest Whitaker. I can't
Yeah,
remember
it's his
that
character.
stupid name they
We
gave
didn't
him.
talk about him at all because it's pretty much how long he was in the movie.
For the first 20 minutes, it's literally just his head saying, "Child, we have to go.
Then later on, you
Look
see
at Candy on the way."
Then later on, you see his body's all racked away. He has prosthetics on his feet.
I'm sure that would have been more impressive to see
Yeah.
if we had seen him as an able-bodied young man and not a 60-year-old Forrest Whitaker.
Who hasn't had a haircut in obvious long time.
Well, I get that they're trying to be jarring. That's another thing. They clearly cut like an hour.
They
out
obviously
of this.
did. It seems like they skipped a whole lot.
And Forrest Whitaker's character is clearly going to be more important. You're probably going to like Jen a whole lot more. And they just chopped all that away.
I wonder what that was. We'll have to wait for the
Yeah.
release to figure it out.
So we're in space Middle East, and political commentary occurs. We meet the Jedi acolytes, who are cool.
I
We
can't
find out that
pronounce
they're
their
mining
names.
kyber crystals.
I know they don't remember what it was.
It bugs me they said the kyber crystals are fuel. That's not what they do. They focus the laser.
Mm-hmm. They were definitely digging up a bunch of them, weren't they?
Oh, you need a lot.
Yes.
They probably want to make replacements just in case.
Yep.
Though we do know that at this point they're building a second one, so most of those kyber crystals we saw mined were probably going to the second Death Star.
Mm-hmm. Saw Guerrero, that was his name.
Yeah,
He has such an easy name.
it's just, again, none of the characters matter, so you can barely remember their names.
Except unless you already seen
We get some fun moments with the robot, especially when she shoots the one.
Yep.
Did you know that wasn't me? Yeah.
Of course. that really made
He
that
looks
whole
so
movie
hurt.
enjoyable. Anytime K2SO said anything.
Yeah.
And he was generally surprised by a lot of things that she did, so it was great.
That was Alan Tudyk again, right?
K2SO?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I see that here. I have all the characters pulled up.
Yeah, I got it on here too.
He's King Candy in Wreck-It Ralph. Like, his vocal range is crazy.
Fantastic, I know. I liked him in that movie too. That was a great movie.
Yeah. But he definitely saved a lot of the film.
Yes.
They used him really well.
I mean, pretty much you watched it for the action and and almost all the comic K2SO.
They were good. The actual terrorist attacks section.
Yeah.
Was really well done. We're covering that part of the movie, like the terrorist attack, the whole they threw the bombs and disrupted the tank and stuff. Still there, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you were talking. What?
I didn't know if you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I just think they did that. It was really well directed. I could have done without them all wearing freaking head garb and stuff, especially since they were wearing like filter masks anyway.
But clearly they're in a desert, so of course they're gonna wear all of that.
Again, that bugs me the most. The city, they make it a point to say the city is hundreds of years old.
Yes.
So they should be more modern in how they dress. Bugs me. But that scene was pretty neat. Then we get to their hideout, which is just, oh yeah, we forgot the Easter egg. The two Cantina guys are in there.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, that was laughing.
The bug guy's like, man, cool it. You're gonna get us in so much trouble someday. Poor bug guy. That's a Robot Chicken reference.
Yeah.
Because the bug guy is just hanging out with this jerk. And he doesn't want to get his hand cut off.
Mm-hmm. That was a really funny freaking thing in there, too.
Mm-hmm. I just don't need a designer who can't draw.
Yeah, that's right. He cut off his own hand. Oh, so much esoteric things we talk about here.
And then we get to Forrest Whitaker's secret base, which is literally 5 minutes outside the city.
Saw a gorilla.
You can see it from his window.
Yeah.
For some reason, he's a monster who tortures prisoners who come to him willingly. I get that he's supposed to be paranoid.
He clearly is.
But, like, that's another one of those, oh, look, there's a gross monster. Something bad's about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he gave you everything. Dude, just keep him in a cell. You don't need to torture him. Then that pretty much unites the main core of the team. The pilot, who barely matters. Until he becomes the most important character at the end.
Bodhi Rook. He becomes important later, sure.
Yeah, and that he's the only one with any Imperial knowledge.
Fortunately for them.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, because that plan would not have worked.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. It's a good thing they had an Imperial droid and a defected Imperial pilot.
Yeah. Though the Imperial droid didn't know anything about his old
No.
job.
Well, they did reprogram him, so that's understandable.
Yeah. I'm escorting them to the prison.
That's where prisoners go. There's no need for you to do that. I'm doing a good job of it as it is.
It works fine until he actually has to talk.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Jin, because Kaylin said I had to. I love... Yeah, he's just... then we get the emotional hologram scene, which...
Oh, yes, about her father.
Again, I don't care about this character, so no, none of this is sad to me.
It's sad to her. I think that's what they wanted you to feel.
I'm glad that's fine, but if I don't care about the character, it just looks fake to me.
But they want you to care, Jason. That's why they added that scene. And then she forgot to grab the hologram.
Well, that's not her fault.
No, it wasn't. They were all trying to run. Sort of thing? It's understandable.
It's all sorts of crazy computers.
Mm-hmm.
He could have and then Forrest Whitaker bravely sacrifices himself.
He wasn't going to run anymore anyway. That's what he said.
I got paid. It's okay, child. I have been paid $32 million to... It's time. It's time for me to go. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention he has an oxygen mask.
Yes, it was stuck to.
I guess they're trying to parallel him to be like the Rebellion's Vader.
No, he just had an oxygen mask.
Well, yeah. Well, he's partially robotic.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were just trying to kind of hint at that in a way.
He's a crazy extremist.
Mm-hmm.
No one really wants to work with him, but he's doing things they need done, so they tolerate him. And that's basically Vader in the eyes of everybody but Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't come across like that, though, is the problem, because we don't spend any time with him. We see one scene of him as a young man,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest is all crazy,
This crazy Saw
Don
Gerrera,
King hair.
who's full paranoid that he uses this monster guy to probe your mind, to search for the lies.
Mm-hmm.
You are no lies. No lies can hurt me here.
Guys, I looked in a mirror just now. Why didn't you tell me I looked like such a lunatic?
Mama, help me. I need a haircut, Mama.
Oh, so twirling.
Oh my goodness.
I like the destruction scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Death Star has different levels of power. And they don't have to destroy a planet.
Yeah.
They can just be like,
Oh, I'm just gonna destroy this city. So
yeah.
that was a heck of a freaking explosion, which we knew it had that
Mhm.
power because we saw it blow up Alderaan later on. But
Yeah.
man, that was.
Such crazy precision,
Mhm.
too. Let's say show later.
Yes.
Huh. And the eclipse thing was really neat.
Yes, it was. It signaled the doom of that city.
You kind of get what Alderaan was going through at that point, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to, we can't help you guys fight. We might get caught and get hurt.
Yeah. God dang cowardly rebels. I was like, what the heck? It was obvious that the that Admiral Pattis wanted to fight, though. He was ready to go.
Well, I think the problem is the smart people knew
Yes.
they were going to have to fight. And then the idiots, and this is why the New Republic has problems, too, in Force Awakens. The idiots who join thinking, oh, we can do this peacefully.
Well, those guys also used to be part of the Senate, too, so
Yeah,
they're used to
problems.
They were used to settling things diplomatically. That's not how the world works anymore. So the majority of the senators were people who used to be like senators, and so they didn't want to do anything like that. But you could tell that the people who really wanted to fight were all those people who were ready to go in the first place. The admiral and all those other fighters who were with the captain.
Yeah. Me and this various collection of extras.
Yes.
We've done horrible things.
We've all done very terrible things. But they all died with honor. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Their
number kept changing, too.
Yeah. It's like you could all fit.
10, and then there were 70. Yeah. I mean, it's an Imperial cargo freighter, so it should probably hold about 100 guys easy.
I do like the tenseness of the whole mission itself, though. They kind of really illustrate that.
Oh, you know what? We skipped the scene with her father.
Yeah. Oh,
they
yeah.
Go to the rainy
they go
planet.
to the planet to locate Galen Erso.
Locate her dad.
Yes.
And that's it. Galen.
Galen is his name. Yeah. It was part of the mission for Cassian to
assassinate him, even though the weapon's done. So why would you assassinate the guy that does it?
I was thinking that the whole time.
Kidnapping him, and
it's too late to kill him. That's not going to stop anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole time she was in there telling them about the Death Star and then its weakness, they weren't really believing her anyway. I mean, I understand not having proof, but
like.
What
the daughter of an Imperial science officer that was raised by a rebel?
Yeah.
Rebel extremist?
Well,
I don't think she has any love for the Empire.
It's a lot of goddamn freaking, lot of prejudices in that room there.
Yeah. And then, after that, they go, like we said, back to the rebellion. And...
No, not before, what's the name, kills all the engineers.
Oh, yeah. Kills all the engineers, and then her dad gets killed in the rebel attack. Because they thought that, the main cast had died.
So they went ahead and did a preemptive strike on the base.
Yeah.
Well, scientific facility or something like that. I can't remember the name of that planet. It's not important. The only thing you got to remember Jadar and what was the other one? Scarif?
Yeah, I think it's Scarif.
Something like that.
Scarif, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Those were the oh my goodness. The targets for the Death Star, yes.
Yeah. Well, they, I don't know, they didn't destroy Scarif.
No,
I imagine.
Base at Scarif. That's what they did.
Yeah. Well, they destroyed the dish and wiped out all the rebels in one foul swoop, unfortunately.
That was the plan from Tarkin, actually. You notice how he, after he learned that
Oh yeah, he was always planning to have.
Right? Yeah, he was like,
Tarkin doesn't care.
I already knew.
He's like, I have to technically keep you alive because you haven't screwed up enough yet. But once he found out he was there, he's like,
Yep, time to take him out.
This will probably kill him.
Okay, what part were you at? Oh yeah, after they.
Okay, so we're getting right to them going to Scarif.
It's initially
and this is the best part of the movie. This last 30 minutes is the best part of the movie, in my opinion. We get some cool fights, we get some cool action. Every one of the main characters has something to do.
Including Bodhi.
Yeah, and he dies doing it instead of maybe going through one of those escape hatches that are all over the bottom of the ship.
They really did. It. Come on, Patrick. They really did illustrate all of the weaponry that was available to the Empire in this movie. Yeah. They really used everything.
AT-ATs, walkers. When those AT-ATs came,
yes,
all they had are ground.
I'm like, well, shoot.
Oh. What people don't get, and everyone's always laughing at the walkers, they're not practical. They're not supposed to be practical. They're supposed to be something you see and you shit yourself because there's a 200-pound thing walking towards you and nothing you do can stop it.
Did I get cut off there?
No, I didn't know what that noise was.
No, I was plugging that back on. I couldn't hear anything, so yeah. Yeah, it was a giant shield. We forgot to mention the giant shield over the planet.
Oh yeah, the planetary shield thing. That was just a MacGuffin, though. That was cool how they handled it.
As soon as I saw that, I just was immediately thinking of the air shield and Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Combination. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's my combination. Look at him. Why, only an idiot would use that. That's my password.
Prepare my ship. It's changed the composition of my
Oh, back on top.
Yeah, it's nice to see that they mention planetary shield so often. They rarely show it.
That one definitely
It's nice
had
to
one.
see one.
And for good reason, because that's where they were going to steal the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
So they were kept.
Well, the data archive is going to be well protected.
Yes.
Were those different kind of stormtroopers? Were those in anything else? Like the...
Oh, the tan ones? Those are
I saw they're called
regional stormtroopers.
There's like shore troopers, and then the death troopers, like the black ones.
That's correct.
The black ones were Vader's guys. His personal vanguard. Shore troopers, they have stormtroopers that are better suited to different types of combat. So, like, there are snow troopers, there are shore troopers that can fight on a beach because they have different kind of shoes, and their blasters don't need to worry about sand getting in them. They pretty much have troopers for any kind of environment. And again, it's all mostly for show. Because a standard stormtrooper will do it too. But if you see them, they stand out, and that makes them scary.
That's what the majority of the Empire is about, scaring the people into submission.
Yeah. Oh, but Vader's guys are legit terrifying.
Good God, yes.
Mostly retired clone troopers that he kept on. People that he commanded during the war. Or people that he trained. And it's important to note, he never actually hurts his soldiers.
No.
Just his officers, who he doesn't have any say over.
Because he knows the deal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So.
Well, no, it's more that he respects his soldiers.
Because they're the ones going out there, and then the officers are always the ones complaining about stuff happening. It's like, why don't you go out there and do something yourself? But they don't, so.
Do not disappoint me, Admiral Piet. Oh, shit, I'm going to be dead tonight.
Yeah.
How was your day, honey? Oh, terrible. I just got a promotion from Lord Vader.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that has to be terrifying.
So, yeah, we get some really cool fight scenes, and then we get to watch Jin climb up a tower for some reason.
I like that they had the with all their technology that they're still using hard disks for.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too. I'm like, that's an internal.
And that there's no way to transfer that data onto some, because they do at the end put it on a card
Yes.
of some kind, but there's no way to do that.
No.
You have to physically remove the hard drive, bring it down to you, and then
translate it onto a flash card or something like that. Because I guess only flash drives are for like video holograms, and the other stuff is for schematics. I guess, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It's all the schematics and it's a picture
Yeah.
of where the vent is, and then where it goes and where you need to shoot down it. That's all from what we see.
Oh crap! Somehow it got corrupted. It just shows up as wingdings.
That scene was pointless. I think that you could have just got it and then been trapped in there. KT's sacrifice would have worked just as well.
Yeah.
But they get up there. The shield is crashed in the sickest way possible. I love that. They disable a Star Destroyer.
That was General Pattis's idea. Oh, Admiral Pattis's idea to
the hammerhead.
Use a hammerhead to smash the one disabled star, because they use ion.
I love that because I've never seen a hammerhead before.
Nope.
I've read about them in the books and stuff. I'm like, well, they has to be used for something.
Man,
now we know why they're called.
I'm like, wow, how did they not notice the giant Star Destroyer coming towards them? I mean, really.
Well, even if there's no gravity, you can't maneuver that fast.
I guess not, but still, you should notice it like drifting towards you, even in the middle of a battle like that.
Yeah.
You would think somebody would know, but it was definitely too late before they.
Well, they did.
Out.
They're like, oh shit. By the way, when those hit the planet, and they will hit the planet, that's gonna be an Armageddon of itself.
Yeah. It pretty much broke up upon impact of the shield ring, though.
Well, there's still
obviously there's huge pieces of debris.
All over that.
We understand that. It's just Star Destroyers have obviously crashed on planets before. We've seen them.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
They shouldn't though. The size of them.
I was going to ask you about that. Does the Star Destroyer have like a anti-gravity, like some sort of anti-gravity control or something?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Because obviously,
well, the one that you see over the city is the smallest class.
I can tell that it was huge. I'm like, but that's
Vader's.
Yeah.
Vader's by comparison is, I think, the biggest. I want to say Executor class or something. And that's like comparable to the landmass from the end of Avengers too, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
size.
Pretty
like that ship can't enter the atmosphere.
I was wondering that.
The
I'm
amount
like,
of power
why is there a Star Destroyer here? That seems too big, but I guess that would be a smaller one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Still, which leads to the planet from Force Awakens. Probably wasn't a desert planet
until that crashed to the ground. Yeah, you're probably right. Segways, they're fantastic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so after their cover is clearly blown, big fight happens, all the weapons come out, chicken walkers, then AT-ATs, and then here comes
we slowly lose every one of the main characters.
Then all the TIE fighters come out. Good God. I was like, wow, why didn't they use those in the first place? I mean, they came out of nowhere. You would think that they would launch those.
TIE fighters are dangerous.
Yeah, I know, but you would think that they would launch those as soon as all those guys started coming out of warp, you know? You're like, okay, these ships are showing up out of warp. What's going on? No.
Well, they had the shield, so they didn't want to.
Yeah, I guess not.
Probably, but...
That was fantastic. But get towards the end of the thing after they get the Death Star plans loaded up, and they were about to roll themselves out. Look who just showed up to the party.
Mr. Cape. He's like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's right, you haven't interacted with the lead character ever until this point in the movie. You know who I am. And then she's like, he might not know, I better say that. I'm Jin Akira. He's like, oh.
I don't know why he just didn't shoot her, but you know that's a bad guy's mentality, you know? Good God.
well,
You were. I'm
he was
thinking the whole
about to,
time.
but
He's like,
Kalen
'cause
survived.
she was telling
So.
him that she was already sending the message and all that. He obviously knew that was a lie because the shield was still there. But still, good God.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings me to what I was talking about that really bothered me with this movie was, I mean, they knew they were trying to transmit these plans. It seems like the only way they could do it was from this giant dish. And,
Yes.
you know,
Well, the original plan was to get him and get the hell out of there.
but just the fact that, you know, even that guy made the comment about knowing that she couldn't have done it with the shield up. So, I mean, obviously they knew that they were trying to do something, and I mean, it's just that dish, all they had to do was, I mean, just one of those TIE fighters could just shot it. You know, it's just, instead that they just at the very end destroy like the entire facility. It's like, any like IT, you know, anyone that in IT would know that destroying your data center is not really the best idea. So,
We all know this.
Well, Tarkin hit the dish. I would imagine that tidal wave will hurt the facility, but probably won't destroy the data core.
it just seems like, you know, all they had to do was destroy that dish and not have to blast it with the Death Star.
Yeah.
Tarkin likes
I think they just wanted another. They just needed a way to kill Jin and Kate.
Yes.
I mean, it's just, you know, even if they, no matter how confident they felt that they were going to be able to stop them, just by disabling the dish would have just, you know, kind of killed everything for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's just
obviously that plan.
Movie.
Obviously, the director's plan failed because Cassian came out after he had fallen down earlier. That's why he was limping at this point and shot him. Did he get back up? I don't think he got back up.
Well, he was still a little alive.
Yeah, I figured he
Jin was about to kick the crap out of him.
Oh yeah, he kept holding her back.
No, he's not worth it. I'm like, dude, you're dying anyway. Live.
Yeah, seriously. So she transmits the message. They receive it.
And then they somehow walk out of that base undetected.
Yeah, how did that happen?
And get out of the beach.
But they transmit the message to Admiral Pattis' ship. Am I doing his name right? I can't remember. It's Admiral.
It's something like Radix.
Radis. It's probably Radis. Yeah, it's probably Radis. You're probably right. Let's see. Admiral Radis' ship. They get it, and they're all about to roll on out of there. Jump to warp.
And Vader's
ship warps right in front of them. A few ships crash into it. I'm like, well, dang.
You don't care.
Nope. Yeah, Admiral Radis. That's his name, right?
Well, thankfully they had a spare ship in their bigger ship.
Yes,
So.
they did. They had another hammerhead.
That makes Leia's lie at the beginning of A New Hope even like more bold. Like, we saw the ship disconnect.
Yeah.
We know you're bullshitting us. No, this is diplomatic.
Yeah.
You're like 5 hours away from a huge ass terrorist attack. Yeah, diplomatic, huh?
So yes, the Dark Lord himself decided that he wanted to handle the situation that was already
Tarkin ordered him to. Actually.
Yes. Man, he really wanted that guy dead, didn't he? Holy cow!
Tarkin doesn't like
obviously.
Like, they demonstrate this in Rebels when he comes in to replace the current inept people. He kills them. He has they're called Inquisitors.
Yeah.
They're sort of like Jedi hound dogs, but he has the two like bumbling villains beheaded. He's like, this is how things are gonna be now. It's pretty explicit.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm not gonna kill the governor or any of these soldiers just yet, but you better shape up. So like, he doesn't like, if the Death Star had not worked,
yes,
he would have shot that dude.
I think so too. It's a good thing it worked for him at the time.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was trying to catch up the whole time. He was obviously only worried about his job the whole time, how he was going to be the one in charge of the Death Star.
Well, that's Imperial 101. That's how they're trained.
Yes.
From like registration, but it's not a good idea in the long run for your officers to want to kill each other.
Well, you know how it breeds more hatred, so.
Yeah, that's all he cares about, Palpatine.
Palpatine in this hatred, I tell you. I am kind of disappointed I didn't see him in this movie at all, but that's fine.
I think Vader was enough.
Yeah, it's true. I just really like that guy because he's creepy and weird and evil.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. They had enough creepy in Tarkin, though, so we're good.
So I think, yeah, we covered the movie pretty in depth, and we've got about 15 minutes left. I still don't know why Forrest Whitaker was even in this movie.
I have to agree with you, Jason. I think that they cut a lot of that scenes that he was in out of that movie. I mean,
I would be really interested in a director's
right?
note.
Yes, because it seems like he should have played a bigger.
He should have been a huge character,
Yeah.
and his death should have had some kind of impact.
Yes, but he just stood in front of the window and let the wave of destruction overtake him as everyone else was running away.
His "Do you know who you'll turn out to be?" speech from the trailer.
Yes.
That had to be like an important moment for young Jin, and we'll never get it because they cut that out of the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's just why the whole first part of it just bored me, because I just felt like I just had no reason to care about anything that was going on.
I almost fell asleep. I've seen it twice.
Mm-hmm.
The second time I almost fell asleep during the first half. Pat can verify. I had to get up and go and get.
He was trying to hold that snore in, man. He was dozing really hard over there.
I felt so bad for the people behind me because I knew what was happening.
It was actually kind of funny because you were kind of snoring right at the part where they showed the other person in the cell with Jen, who was also snoring. So it was like...
I kept catching it. And I'm like, oh, and I'll breathe through my mouth. I'll be fine. No, finally I had to go and get popcorn so that the action of eating would keep me up.
I don't know if the guy was serious or not. I saw some guy getting up at the credits. He was saying that he was asleep the whole time. So
some people found it really boring. That first 20 minutes is so fucking rough.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, everything's come full circle. Remember in
No, that dude was asleep on purpose.
Oh, what's that?
It was a bad combination. It was a really bad.
It's poetry.
I was because I woke up early. I woke up early to get to the movie theater in time, and I got to where we were gonna meet, and then Pat missed his bus, so he took a taxi. So I had anticipated maybe sleeping in my car for like 15 minutes, which probably would have helped, but I couldn't because I had to get down to the theater. It was a perfect storm of bad. I did not expect that first half to be as bad as it was.
It seemed like they were using that to temper people's expectations or something. I'm like,
I have no idea what they did with this movie. Like, again, I'd be interested in seeing the original cut as intended. Maybe someday. As it stands, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a book. It should have been a book instead.
Yeah, I think if they made this into a book, obviously you would have had more details. So,
because Rogue One is such an important, like, lore standpoint, and this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
A bunch of people who were in the rebellion for like a day.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you don't really give the coolest characters any time to shine.
No.
So Donnie Yen and his bro, are awesome.
They really are. Donnie Yen's character especially.
Like, he has a bow, a bow rifle thing.
It's a staff.
And he can hear the TIE fighter, and he knows just when to shoot it so that it runs into a bunch of cannons.
And takes them out at the same time. I'm like, good God.
It's amazing.
Oh, funny part of this movie when they went to take him to Saw Gerrera. They blindfold him? Yeah. He's like, really?
Yeah, really?
It's like, really?
I love that part.
I do feel like, I thought that was funny,
are.
but I think there were certain jokes that they had in there that just felt so forced.
Pun intended.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. There were a few here and there where I'm like, I don't need this, and everything with KT was fine, because that's
his character.
Yeah.
A take on 3PO, where instead of being the whiny, like, why isn't this going this way? He just, like, doesn't understand humans.
Yes. That's why he was generally surprised by a lot what Jen Erso did. You know what the probability is that she will use that blaster on you? It's high. It's really high.
The probability jokes are my favorite. It's like, great, now it's 35%.
I mean, pretty much everything he did, like when she handed him that bag and he just threw it on the ground.
Yes. Oh man, he really didn't care. He just ended up going there anyway. It's like, you're not really keeping low key with all these explosions and such.
I got the idea that he was assigned as Kalen's assistant, like his 3PO, and that they were actually like good friends.
Yeah.
Because droids with more personality tend to have more freedom, and he didn't treat him like a droid. He treated him like a crew member.
Yeah, so. Cassim did. Bad.
He also, I don't know. I don't know. Any final thoughts? I'm not sure that I'm looking forward to the next off-numbered sequel.
Yeah, I don't know what they would do at that point, though.
We have space in between Jedi and Empire, Jedi and Empire and Jedi. There's about 2 or 3 months. They can fill a movie in there.
I don't see a reason to do that, though. I mean, what would they be doing? Like them moving their base to Hoth? I mean, what the?
Well, if we do this, well, yeah, actually, they're covering that in the comics. Right
yeah,
now.
I'm just saying, why would you make a movie about that? It doesn't seem all that interesting to make a movie out of everything. I mean, Rogue One, obviously, the initial story of how they got the Death Star plans.
Well, I think this is one of the only places they can do it because you're right. Anything in between the main 3 movies is going to have to feature one of the original cast in some way because it's their story at that point.
Right. I mean, I don't see because you can't really do anything there because, let's see, right after the 4th movie, he gets his, no. See, I can't even remember. Give me a second. No, there's nothing that happens really. It's like 2 to 3 months, so that's too short of a period of time to do anything in.
Anything long term. Like there's a whole arc in the comics where Luke is being hunted by Vader.
Well, yeah.
So he's basically by himself.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
Isn't that like after he gets his arm cut off at between 5 and 6 though? Before that?
When Vader doesn't quite know that it's his son.
He just feels someone in the Force. Right.
Yeah. So I think we've said everything we need to say about this movie. With all good conscience, I can't really recommend it unless you're a super fan. You're probably going to go see it anyway, but there's nothing else to see, mind you. I want to go see Sing.
There's actually a couple movies I wanted to see. I still haven't seen Doctor Strange yet.
I think it just left
more than likely.
Strange was really good.
I wanted to see it and I didn't get a chance to. I blame Matt Crosco.
But I don't know. I mean, if you really need to know about the people who got the Death Star plans, it's here. But I mean, otherwise, skip it. You'll never see half the actors in this ever again, unfortunately.
It's true.
I guess I don't know if I just didn't know enough about it. I just was kind of thinking maybe at least 1 or 2 of them would survive and show up in later movies, just like older. But no.
I don't know. It's Magnificent Seven in space. That's what they were trying to get for. And in the Magnificent Seven, either version of the movie, some of them do survive. I think the difference here is, and what they were going for is, these characters couldn't survive because they were damaged. And this was the only way they could
redeem themselves.
Be free of that, yeah. But you don't get that because you don't know anything about them.
It's very true.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's not worth it.
Basically, go see it if you want. We don't recommend it.
Yeah. I think that's a strong, the strong do not see from us. Which I never thought I'd say.
But in general, I don't really mind a movie. I mean, if you...
I mean, the first time I saw it, I liked it. I recognize the flaws. So, maybe don't see it twice.
Yeah. Here's what I say. It feels like this movie really illustrates really good action and fantastic CGI that you don't even notice the CGI unless you're really paying attention. It's good action, good CGI, good special effects. But that's not the only thing in the movie, but it just seems like that's the only thing that redeems the movie, except for the few times that you see K2SO. I really, I mean, Forrest Whitaker's character Saw Gerrera is still going to bother
There's
me.
really no reason for him to be there.
At this point,
He clearly.
if you watch the movie, you're like, why is he here? You you see him once in his full body version, and then you see him later on in his.
You don't see his whole body.
Right, in the first
you
part,
just see
no.
his head.
And just saying in the second.
Like, there's clearly a whole chunk of the movie missing. Oh, well. Okay, so let's wrap up. Thanks for listening. You can find us with the various sites listed in the show notes.
Seriously, whatever happened to his I'm the Elephant King costume? I mean, that's the one thing I kept remembering from the preview. I'm like,
oh, they completely redid his
I can tell that. that first costume was kind of over the top.
His Warhammer.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for listening. This has been Robot House. We'll see you all next week.